Hi guys, it's Jake here from Sim Racing Enthusiast Reviews channel. And what do we have here? This is Moza R12 and I'd say middle range bass that's supposed to be the perfect, the sweet spot for the force feedback in direct drive field. So let's start from the build quality. It's absolutely stunning. It's aluminum. It's built like a rock. I really like it. I really like the quick release. It's very stiff. It doesn't flex at all, and it's quick, and it does release very fast. And here we have plugs for the pedals, for the dashboard, for the shifter, and for stop of the force feedback. Of course, USB and the power adapter. So right now, I will invite here my lovely assistant. Can you please bring the power adapter? Yes, here it is.
Welcome.
Oh yes, this is my lovely daughter. So as you can see, it's quite big. It's plastic, but it doesn't have any turn on switch, which is actually in the base, in the back of the base. So you press it and then it's on, and you hold it to turn it off, and I really like it. Have you heard it's magic? This is more convenient. But let's go further. How do you mount it? You can mount it only from the bottom. You have four spots here where you put the screws, and unfortunately I had issues with my Simatic K2 rig because I wasn't able to screw it to the plate there. It was hard. It was demanding for me, but of course you can use a table clamp that you can buy from Moza, and this is a very good option, I think, because this is 12 Newton meters. You shouldn't expect too much of a force from such a base, and because it's not that powerful, not that agile, you can safely mount it to your table. Of course, always I would recommend to go for any rig. I bought Simatic K2 because it was a great bang for a buck, and I think that every time you go for a direct drive base, it's clever to go for a small rig, like something that's going to be more rigid, because direct drive bases are agile, they are quick, and they provide as much information as you would like to have when you are driving a car in a simulator or in any racing game. But I really enjoyed driving with this base. Of course, 12 Newton meters is not as much as, for example, my Simucube, where I have 25, or I have tried the Simagic 15 Newton meters base, and it was stronger. But here we have 12. So I had to spend a lot of time trying to adjust, trying to find the sweet spot between too little of an information on my fingers and too much that the signal was clipping. When I was driving in iRacing and I was dialing up the force feedback, I found out that it's very easy to go on the spot where there is too much of a force feedback, and the base can't handle it, and the signal is going to be clipped. So the simulator wants it to be like that, and the base says no, I have only this much. Of course, it requires some fine-tuning if you want to extrapolate the most out of this base. And I tried to do it. I tried in iRacing, in Assetto Corsa Competizione, in Automobilista 2, and I've had a great time, especially in Assetto Corsa Competizione and in Automobilista 2, because those sim racing platforms, they provide more information on your hands. They give you more information than, for example, in iRacing, where you get only the information that the real driver will get in a real car. But of course, this base is to have a pleasure driving, is to have, you know, like a great time driving your formula car, or, you know, kart, or some other crazy products that are on the sim racing market. But I really liked to drive it. Is it enough for me? No, no, I wouldn't say it's enough for me, because I'm not the target for this base. I am. I like to think about myself as a competitive, you know, driver. I want to be as fast as possible, and I want my gear to give me the most information I can get. In this situation, you won't get as agile information, as quick, as instant about what's happening with the rear of the car, about what's happening with the tires, about driving on the, you know, on the limit. But you will have an amazing time driving your cars if you are not aiming to be as competitive as, you know, the top players. Let's go to the software. Right now we are in Moza Pit House software. As you can see, this is the tab that's, you know, connected to the force feedback, to the settings of the base. And here we have presets for, like in this case, for GT cars, and iRacing, and Automobilista 2, and Assetto Corsa Competizione, and Assetto Corsa. So we have a lot of settings here that can be adjusted very quickly by choosing your preferred sim. And if you are not satisfied, you can adjust them up to your liking. For example, road sensitivity. I'd say this is a smoothness of the wheel. The more you go to the right, the more, you know, the more agile it becomes. The more you go to the left, it becomes more dull and, you know, less quick in the feedback. So I would recommend to leave it around the center of this setting. I've heard that people say that Moza bases tend to overheat and therefore limit their output. So if you have like 12 Newton meters here, and if it overheats, then it will be less than like 10. But I haven't experienced something like that. It was good from the very beginning until the end of my tests. I didn't feel any loss of the force feedback. So maybe this only one was broken or something like that, but I haven't experienced something like that in this base. So let's talk about the price, because the price of the R12 is around 500 euros. It's close to Simagic 10 Newton meter Alpha Mini, and this is a direct competitor. I really like both of them. I think that Moza is a great competitor to Fanatec. It has a better quick release. It's very nice build. I like the quality of the build of this base, and I think that if you are aiming for Fanatec and considering Moza, please test Moza, because you will be amazed by the quality. So considering how much force do you get and how much do you have to pay for it, it's a great deal. And if you are starting to go into the direct drive ecosystem, and you are starting to expect more and more information, this is a good spot. But if you want to, you know, invest a lot of money into your sim racing career, I would consider maybe stronger bases. I'm really curious, what do you guys think about this base? And let's talk in comments below, and I really appreciate every feedback from you guys. So thank you for this one, and I hope to see you on the next ones. Bye guys.